It's time for our daily dose of Cope, and we have mini Masha Catnip at the news anchor's desk for the Leopards News Network. So many stories to get to, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. This was posted in the Leopards Ate My Face subreddit. It's titled, Trump Voter Struggles to Afford Medication Because of Trump. So this man named Robert Ferguson says, wow, I voted for Trump. My medicine from Canada just doubled. Starting to see a mistake was done. Not I made a mistake personally. A mistake was done. What is the mistake? Was it voting for someone that was going to add tariffs and he said he was going to add tariffs? Was it voting for a petulant child that is starting trade wars and threatening to annex Canada? Was that the mistake? I think it was the mistake, and you did the mistake. It says a mistake was done. Robert should say, I made a mistake. DJ What says, starting to see a mistake was done. So not there yet, but almost. What a dumb behind. These people will never learn. Enjoy paying double for your medication. Jackhole. Then Shift Tuck by Mutt says a mistake was done. Those words mean someone besides him, because he couldn't have made a mistake. No way. Appliance Healer says mistakes were made. The old GOP chestnut. And then at the bottom, both estimates says they're supposed to be the party personal responsibility. They take absolutely no responsibility in the mistakes that were done. So y'all know I like this Reddit user, More Motivation. He posts these, how it started, how it's going. We have a MAGA PP bro that is being impacted by his vote. It says Trump voters' pregnant fiance is denied entry to the U.S. Elections have consequences. His name is Christian Clark. Back in November, he said, see those few blue dots? Those are the people who have forced discriminatory diversity, gender ideology, men and women's sports, that's pure misogyny, critical race theory, climate activism, and censorship down our throats, made our lives more expensive and complicated. And the red part, those are people who are done with it. I wish that people would act like a bunch of red space means a bunch of people. There are more people in Chicago than there are in South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, and Oklahoma put together in the city of Chicago. So people really need to stop acting like that. This very patriotic post at the bottom with an American flag and an eagle. It says, the American people have spoken. We have had enough of the shenanigans. It's time to get this beautiful country of ours back on track. So that was November. Let's fast forward to now. Christian says, this is so effed up. The very administration that I voted for is prohibiting my pregnant fiance entry to the United States. Oh, the irony. I'm an employee of the Department of Defense and the Department of the Navy. I proudly voted for Trump, and now I'm getting effed by my own government. Great. Apparently, a sweet, innocent, pregnant woman is a foreign terrorist. I'm disgusted. Because they humanize the immigrants that they know. They demonize the immigrants they don't know. And maybe they should learn how to humanize other people's stories as well. So here's his pregnant fiance. So he's out here getting women pregnant before actually marrying them. It says applicant was refused under INA 212 as per presidential proclamation restricting the entry of foreign nationals to protect the United States from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats. What foreign terrorists or safety threats do you see here? I wonder how many other PP bros, the ones that were so excited about Trump, are being impacted right now. It makes me chuckle to think about it. I hope that they're having a terrible time like Christian is having a terrible time. We have another how it started, how it's going. This is from Daniel back in November. He says, good morning. Donald Trump is the president, and the Republicans won the House, Senate, and the majority of governors. Trump even won the popular vote. They called us fascists, garbage, Nazis, and deplorables. They jailed us for praying at clinics and framed us as insurrectionists. While I do want to see justice served surely and swiftly, I want new mugshots every month of 2025. I also look forward to a bright new future, an economic, social, and spiritual healing. We have a MAGA mandate to undo the insanity of the last decade, to restore common sense and the rule of law to society. That fight is not over. It has just begun. Hashtag fight, fight, fight. And then back in on November 4th, he said, please vote like your life depends on it. See you at the polls. So that's November. Fast forward to August. He said, I voted for Trump. 3 times, but he is starting to do some really bad things. Nationalizing private industries and prosecuting free speech is not what I voted for, Don. Peggy says, wondered if anyone else was picking up on that. Justin says, it's not as if we had any alternative. Jennifer says, burning the flag, though, is an action, not speech. Constitution says speech. That's my thought. Oh my God, these people and their thoughts. But that's where we are now. They are irritated about the whole free speech and the nationalizing of private industries. And Trump is taking us, I don't know, he's just doing whatever the hell he feels like. Because like Daniel said back in November, he has no one to check him because Republicans have the whole government right now. This is a podcast from NPR to listen to. It's titled, Many Latinos Who Backed Trump Say They Won't Support Republicans Next Time. We shall see if there's a next time or if Republicans are going to keep up the shenanigans with the voting situation. We shall see. But just the small blurb about this, because it's a 15-minute listen, because like I said, it's a podcast. It says, many Latinos, or MAGAtinos as I like to call them, who voted for Trump in the last election say they are disappointed or even regret voting for him, according to recent polling. We discuss what's behind the dissatisfaction and what it could mean for the next year's midterm elections. We shall see what will happen. These people, many of them seem to really like the ICE raids. They like getting deported and detained. And people keep voting for higher prices. They love the tariffs. He said he was going to do the tariffs. He did the tariffs. Now we all get higher prices. Yay. The cost of my Cafe Bustelo, it has doubled. I don't like that, but I still buy it because, that is coffee life. But anyways, let's get to the next one. So we have this tweet from a man named Eric Erickson. He says, remember, and then he gives us this sign with 6 different hands and these 2 animals that say Trump and Vance. You see all these extra hands right here. Trump, Vance. He said that back in November. MAGA influencer. Fast forward to now. Eric Erickson is saying, my wife has stage 4 lung cancer. She is one of the people the COVID vaccine actually helps. Thanks to the current mess at HHS, CVS is unable to get her the vaccine. I don't know if y'all seen what is going on with RFK and all these, the CDC, and how he's firing people and how he is turning off these mandates and stripping funding and how people are quitting the CDC. Everything is a mess. The way they are saying that people that are a certain age can't get the COVID vaccine, even if they wanted it. It is a mess. This administration is going to cause so many people to die. But Eric Erickson did vote for this. The article that he shared says CVS and Walgreens clamped down on COVID vaccines in many states. Because a CDC panel has not yet recommended the shots, the country's largest pharmacy chains are requiring prescriptions or holding back altogether under some state laws. All right, it says CVS and Walgreens, the country's 2 largest pharmacy chains, are for now clamping down on offering COVID vaccines in more than a dozen states, even to people who meet newly restricted criteria from the FDA. On Thursday, Amy Tybalt, a spokeswoman for CVS, said the vaccine was not available at pharmacies in 16 states, citing the current regulatory environment and emphasizing that the list could change. On Friday, CVS issued an update. It could administer vaccines in 13 of the 16 states and in DC to people who had obtained a prescription from a doctor or other medical provider. It is crazy how these people who are not doctors are creating policy that impacts people directly. I saw RFK talking about don't trust the experts. This is where we are right now because MAGA people voted in folks that are dumb because MAGA people are not very smart themselves. And this is the fallout from that. This man named Chris says to Eric, that's unfortunate. You did vote for this, though. This shouldn't come as a surprise. People will suffer, especially in rural communities, and I don't care. I have lost all empathy. I used to care. I don't. Good luck to you and your wife. I assume you have the resources to travel to a state that hasn't paused distribution if other pharmacies follow suit. And Beth says, really sorry to hear about your wife, and I hope for her continued good health. But this is, sadly, what you voted for. I hope the guilt doesn't destroy you. And Sell the Goddamn Team says, I hope the guilt does destroy him. This is what he wanted, so he should bear the consequences. And that's where I am now as well. They should feel all of the consequences of their action and try to figure out how they're going to work around it. But people without resources won't have the opportunity. So it sucks all around that these people voted in this dumb administration. Just a little bit more FAFO. This one's coming out of Alabama, but this is really going to be impacting the whole country. Construction company survey blames worker shortage in Alabama in part on federal policies. You don't say. So running out the people that work in construction is having an impact on labor. People acted like these folks that were here working were not part of a skilled workforce. You're not just going to be able to throw people up on the roof and say, here, fix this. You're not just going to be able to put people out on the roads and give them some tools and some equipment and say, here, fix the road. These were skilled jobs. And now these construction companies, these places, these red cities and states are going to be grappling for labor. A new survey conducted by the group Association General Contractors of America and the nonprofit National Center for Construction Education and Research focused in part on the impact of new federal immigration policy on the building industry. Roughly 1/3 of projects in the United States reportedly have been delayed due to federal immigration enforcement. Alabama is considered among the states more likely to be impacted. Among the main complaints is the inability of construction firms to hire enough workers to get projects done. In Alabama, roughly 80% of the respondents say they're having difficulty in filling both salaried and hourly staff openings. Engineers, carpenters, cement masons, electricians, and crane operators are among the jobs where Alabama firms report 100% difficulty in hiring. On the subject of immigration enforcement and the impact it's having on Alabama construction companies, nearly 50% of the respondents said they lost workers due to actual or rumored visitors by ICE agents. Just 13% of Alabama companies reported having an actual visit by immigration officials. Just over half of the respondents in Alabama report no problems connected to ICE at all. However, 84% of Alabama respondents say they don't use visa programs to bring in workers. The overall situation is reportedly worse in Georgia, where 75% of construction companies reported problems connected to immigration policy. We're only 7 or 8 months into this administration, and all of this is happening right now. They broke so much so quickly. And we haven't yet even fully seen the fallout of all that this administration has done. All right, y'all, let me know what you think about all of this. Join the conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Hello, my name is Jeanette McCoot, and I am the makeup artist that keeps doing foundation on Trump's hand. So you can see I have a sample of it right here. If you can see, get in there with your little camera. It's good. Yeah, I love that. Look at that handiwork. Handy. You get it? You got it. Where was I educated? Oh, yes. I was educated at Jeanette's Makeup Emporium right behind the Dead Possum on Highway 256. That's a different Jeanette. We had about 5, 6 in our town. One of them recently passed. Something you don't know about me, I've been brought in to do almost everyone's makeup. I have done Christy Gnomes. I have done Caroline Leavitt. Any lip she has is because of me. So you're welcome. You're welcome, girly. I was able to sort of contour. I have done Mitch McConnell's turtleneck flaps. Oh, Stephen Miller's got the entire eye sore on, right on his giant bald egghead, and I have to cover that up every morning. I put a gum paste on there that I do get from the glue factory where some of my family works. Any retired horses from DC, they go right there. It's a living. It is a living. When people say I don't know how to color match, I don't know what that means. Honestly, kind of sounds racist. What I do is something called, it's ugly, we're going to cover it up. It's putting lipstick on a pig, right? We want to put lipstick on the pig, then we want to bring the pig for slaughter and eat that for dinner. What is it I'm covering up on Trump's hand? Well, that is a good question. He is actually aging in reverse, okay? So he is getting teen acne on his hand. He's a modern medical marvel, actually, because he is just so young and virile. He is going to age backwards until he lives forever and be our president forever. And that is you can take that to the bank, okay? You can take that to your local M&T bank.